Most people make the same decision. They see a long-legged creature crawling across a wall, hanging from a ceiling, or wandering through the garden, and within seconds they reach for a shoe, a broom, or a spray bottle. The verdict is immediate. Spider, dangerous, get rid of it. But what if that judgment is completely wrong? What if one of the most feared creatures around homes and gardens is actually one of the most useful? And what if the animal most people call a daddy longlegs is not even the animal they think it is? The truth is far stranger than the myth, because when people say daddy longlegs, they are usually talking about a creature they have never actually identified. The name has become a catch-all label for several different animals with long legs and small bodies. Over time, myths, misunderstandings, and half-remembered stories merged together until nobody was quite sure what was true anymore. And that confusion has given the daddy longlegs one of the worst reputations in nature. To understand why, we first need to look at the creature itself. If you have ever walked through a garden early in the morning, lifted a flower pot, or turned over a piece of wood, you've probably seen one. Tiny body, extremely long legs, moving carefully across the ground as if it were walking on stilts. Many people assume it is a spider. It certainly looks like one. But appearances can be deceptive. The animal commonly found outdoors is often a harvestman. It belongs to the arachnid family, just like spiders, scorpions, and mites. Yet it is not a spider at all. A spider's body has two distinct sections connected by a narrow waist. A harvestman's body is different. It appears as a single rounded structure. Spiders produce silk. Harvestmen do not. Spiders possess venom glands. Harvestmen do not have those either. Not weak venom, not harmless venom, no venom at all. The entire idea that this outdoor daddy longlegs is secretly one of the most dangerous creatures on Earth falls apart immediately once you understand its biology. But that raises another question. If the harvestman is harmless, where did the myth come from? The answer leads us to a second animal. Inside homes, garages, sheds, and basements, you may encounter another long-legged creature. This one hangs upside down in loose, tangled webs that seem almost unfinished. This is the cellar spider. Unlike the harvestman, the cellar spider is a true spider. It has fangs, it has venom, and for years it has been the center of one of the internet's most persistent myths. You have probably heard the story. Supposedly, the cellar spider possesses the most powerful venom in the world, but its fangs are too small to bite people. It sounds mysterious. It sounds believable. It is also unsupported by evidence. Scientists have studied cellar spiders for decades. Their venom works extremely well on the tiny insects they hunt, which is exactly what evolution designed it to do, but there is no scientific research showing that they possess extraordinarily powerful venom compared to other spiders. Even the famous claim about their fangs is exaggerated. Cellar spiders can bite if handled roughly. People who have experienced a bite generally report mild irritation, minor discomfort, or redness that disappears quickly, nothing resembling the terrifying reputation attached to them. So both of the animals, most often called daddy longlegs, turn out to be remarkably harmless, but the story becomes even more interesting when you discover what they are actually doing around your home. Because neither creature is simply taking up space, both are working. The harvestman spends its life searching through soil, leaves, and vegetation. Unlike many arachnids, it is not strictly a hunter. It feeds on small insects, decaying material, fungi, and organic debris. Think of it as part cleaner and part pest controller. While you sleep, it moves through your garden, helping recycle dead material and reducing populations of tiny organisms that can become pests. Its presence is often a sign that your garden ecosystem is functioning properly. Healthy soil supports insects, healthy insects support predators, and predators help maintain balance. The harvestman is one small piece of that larger system. Now consider the cellar spider. Most people see its web and assume it is lazy. The reality is surprisingly different. Cellar spiders are skilled hunters. In fact, they often target other spiders. Researchers have observed them invading the webs of larger species, carefully creating vibrations that imitate trapped prey. When the resident spider approaches expecting an easy meal, the cellar spider attacks. It is an ambush hidden inside another ambush. Some cellar spiders have even been documented preying on species far more intimidating than themselves. The fragile-looking spider hanging quietly in your basement may actually be one of the most effective predators in the room. And that changes the way you look at it. What seemed like a pest begins to look more like free pest control. But there is an even bigger lesson hiding inside this story. The natural world is full of animals that suffer from mistaken identities. Bats are mistaken for birds, snakes are assumed to be aggressive, sharks are viewed as mindless killers, and daddy longlegs are treated as dangerous monsters. In reality, most of these creatures spend their lives avoiding humans entirely. The problem is not what they are. The problem is what we imagine them to be. Once a myth becomes popular, it spreads far faster than the truth. People repeat it, friends repeat it, parents pass it to children. Eventually, the story becomes stronger than the evidence. The daddy longlegs is a perfect example. For generations, people feared an animal that was never actually a threat. Meanwhile, the real story was sitting right in front of them: a harmless garden scavenger, a helpful household predator, two misunderstood creatures quietly performing jobs that benefit the environments they live in. So the next time you see a daddy longlegs crossing your garden path or hanging silently in the corner of a room, pause before reaching for the broom. Take a closer look. The creature in front of you may not be dangerous. It may not even be a spider. And after everything you've learned today, you might discover that the animal you are about to remove has been helping you all along. Sometimes the most misunderstood creatures are the ones most deserving of a second look. And few animals prove that better than the daddy longlegs.